Hey, everybody.
Wow.
Welcome back to another day on the job. We're here on Atlanta. It's the entering of, we're entering Atlanta, downtown. Yeah, man. You're on Northside Drive over there between Donnell Howell.
Oh, man.
Wow. Early in the morning.
Real early in the morning.
It's healthy, man.
Oh, man.
It's all natural.
Today we are joined with our analyst, Mike Irvin. Mike, how you feeling? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm going to tell you, I had a whirlwind of traveling this week, but it was all great events that I got a chance to attend and great people I got a chance to be around. But you guys, listen, looking back in the studio, well, you guys look good with all that old white on over there. I ain't going to do that to you, Stan. They didn't tell you that they would be creaming and whiting over there with all that outfit they got on. Playing that. Y'all look clean like that.
It's never planned, though.
Hey, tell me that, Kim. Like, even last week, remember when I had that white on and you made a comment of, white, that color, that white, that just look good on dark-skinned brothers. I don't care what y'all say. You brothers look good today. That's what I'm saying there, man. It just looks good on that.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it. Let me ask you a question.
It's a baby out of street.
You part of Palmer. You stay with the trend that you have now, the Ivy League. Were you dressed like that on there just for the show?
No. I got this. Day I also did something with Dion. I was in Colorado today. So when I was in Colorado, see, the pants are more like gold. So then I took this off to make it look like I was all Dion. You know what I'm saying?
If I was to make a ride on 14th Street, because there's traffic over there. Do you remember the construction?
No, it's on the left side. Though. We're good.
Yeah, I think they normally block the books and the cone, you know. So we kind of swap.
Let me try it out. See, like, usually GPS always right. It always let me know. You'll be updated.
I said today, I took the Steelers. I took the Eagles.
And this place developed so quick.
TV show Speed. Because we got to pick one game with the points every year.
Like overnight.
And I knew I was going to win.
I used to work
on my YouTube channel.
Yeah?
This will determine.
Yeah, I used to drive there all the time.
It's a football team or a football family. They played today like a football family. They came out of that valley, tight together, throwing the football. You see how they were having fun in the locker room, in the end zone together. And then this part tripped me out. Afterwards, Jalen Hurts said, "Is that what y'all were looking for?" I was like, no. Is that what y'all wanted? All that talking? And your boy A.J. Brown said, all that talking? Nigga, nobody was talking but y'all. What you talking about? Y'all did the talking. We were talking about what y'all started. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is what I'm telling you. These dudes might be the kind of dudes, they just like to start shit. And then once they start shit, it makes them bring the best out of them. And they feel like they're very close together. It's kind of like that girlfriend you have where you just like to argue so you can have that makeup sex, you know what I mean? And the makeup stuff is better. That's the kind of stuff that I do in Philadelphia.
Hey, Mike, I don't buy none of what you're saying. You tried to go for the Eagles, but wear black and gold. You and Stat had the same gimmick going. Stat is going for the Steelers, but you see she's wearing green.
Oh,
I'm not buying any of it.
So out the long truck would have, the bigger truck would have been
right
big.
now. What? Stat, why do you have on the green?
Green is my favorite color.
Yeah. This one is not really, it's giving it a hard front shoulder.
You're going for the Steelers, but you're wearing green. He's going for the Eagles, but he's wearing black and gold. I don't buy any of it. I'm not buying it.
And I told y'all, I'm a Mike Tomlin fan always. That was the hardest thing of picking the Eagles against, honestly. And our emotions do get. That's why when people talk, I was being totally objective. Stop lying. It's impossible.
Construction again.
So So you can't tell them to just sit this one out, Venus. Since you don't control, you can't tell it. You can try to make a decision, but my feelings always come involved, especially Mike Tomlin, Fredo Ross, those guys in Pittsburgh. But I picked right because I'm always right.
I heard that line. Okay, so we actually weren't even going to start with this game, but since we're already here, might as well. So the Steelers lost to the Eagles 27-13. Mike, does this specific game, does this change how you view either team?
For the Eagles, it does. Now, I stated before just a minute ago how important coming out of this valley was for the Eagles. And the fact of the matter is, we can sit here and talk all the talk we want. They did that to the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, it wasn't a blowout, but you still won a game with the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Get this. Not using your best woman. Not using your best woman. I use my side chick and beat her. You know what I mean? We know the passing game is just a side chick. The main thing is the running game. You see, and I beat you with my side chick. That is impressive from that standpoint. You're going to be Mike Tomlin. You're going to be that defense with your side chick. Yeah. So I'm impressed with what the Eagles did. They added on what they needed to add on. Now, if they try to make this the main thing, then they won't succeed. But when they add this on to their main thing, which is Saquon Barkley, then yeah, they'll succeed because he didn't get 100 yards because everybody stacked the line of scrimmage, and they showed the world that we can pass also.
Well, I want to do something different today. I would like to hear from the Steelers fans. Can y'all tell me how did the Steelers do today? Yesterday, because I really would like to know.
Yeah. So my analysis, I think our defense still played great. Okay. They did what they needed to do. Our offense, even down to Najee Harris, I was so frustrated because earlier I was like, this might be the game where he has a big play. And of course he had a big play, but it was the wrong play. He had his first fumble of the season, which really messed us up when we could have been closer up in points versus the Eagles. But I mean, the Eagles just remained consistent. They were efficient. Like, they were making good passes in between. Even I know before I was talking about how Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown looked like they had some issues. A.J. Brown scored that touchdown. Then him and Jalen Hurts go hit the kid and play. So I'm like, I guess everything is all fine over there because they tricked us. But Eagles played a good game.
Can you tell us more about the Steelers, though? I would like to know more about the Steelers. Yeah. It seemed like you're talking a lot about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about where was Russell Wilson? Was he there?
I mean, Russell Wilson's passing game just wasn't good this game. It just wasn't. As I said, our defense did what they could do, but it's like you need to score points offensively, and that just wasn't working well. We already knew we weren't going to have George Pickens. I mean, like I said, Najee Harris make the fumble. There's just a lot of things in between that weren't working out for us. That's what happened. The Eagles played better. That's the truth. I can be honest.
No, I said this would be the game that defined it, just like I said about the Bills. But we'll get into all of that for us today. I'm just sitting back, Titletown as usual. As Michael Irvin said, I'm always right. But I want to hear what Killer got to say. The lady gonna be like, she's gonna comment on what was a game that we finally figured out. That the Steelers are very beatable, and come Christmas. More of the same, More of the same. More of the same.
Yeah, I think Mike made a good point. What I think was really brilliant of Philadelphia is that every week you're going to start preparing for Saquon Barkley. And you're going to say, this is who we need to stop. And you got two receivers with A.J. Brown and Smith with over 100 yards apiece. And Mike is sitting there saying, don't make that the main thing. But a lot of teams are going to start preparing for Saquon Barkley. And you're sitting there, to me, like, a lot of times this season, Jalen Hurts didn't have both his weapons, his 1 and 2 wide receivers. Today he had his 1 and 2 wide receivers. So I get what you're saying, and you're saying, don't move the side chick in your crib and all that. Don't wife it. You got a wife. But if your wife ain't doing what she needs to do at home, once in a while, you may spend the night at the side chick house for a week or two. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Because those AJ Brown and DeMarcus Smith are both really elite wide receivers. And when you have that attack running and passing, That's a beautiful thing. So I think that they did a magnificent job, and I think for weeks to come, we only have a couple of weeks coming left in the season, they're going to prepare for Saquon Barkley because what Philly does want him to do, and I'm pretty sure, is break the record of all-time rushing yards because he's on track to do it. Mike Tomlin was like, well, not the fuck on our watch. You're not going to do it. Oh, yeah? Well, don't act like both receivers ain't back in the building. Fucking talking about. We threw up 110 yards for A.J. Brown, 109 yards for Devontae Smith.
You got an idea.
Y'all by 2 touchdowns.
You're full now.
Secondly, analysts such as
we got that one. You get this one. Right.
It's our job to
landscape. We got that.
What's the word I'm looking for? A clear-cut understanding of any beef that's supposedly going on. So if it's speculation that, niggas ain't getting along, and you don't say that's wrong, you don't know what's happening, then we gonna speculate. You know what I'm saying? It goes on all the time in entertainment. And if you don't play it up, you speculate. This person's sleeping with that person's dating this person. The entertainment goes on all the time. And the thing about it now with social media, you have the opportunity to clear shit up right now. This rumor's out there, and then when you don't do it, you let the niggas go on and you say, well, maybe that is true, because they didn't say nothing. They didn't say it's not true. And that's just the society that we live in. But I'm not mad at the passing game. And Mike, I'm going to take your advice. And I'm not your advice because I'm not coaching, but I'm going to listen to what you're saying. Don't make the passing game the main thing. But I liked it. I thought it was a very good passing attack, especially with the 1 and 2 wide receivers back. And he didn't have that the majority of the season. So salute to the best team in the state of Pennsylvania, which is I laugh and so to the best team in the state of Pennsylvania, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. Not just before this game, they were the best team. They're not just this game, but the best team before this game. Their record says so. So shout out to them.
Let me just say this now. I mean, like this, so we can clearly have an understanding of this. I'm not saying don't throw the ball. I'm telling you that that's part of it. That's part of the chess match. I tell you have to play. But when I say don't make the main thing, I don't want to see a game where you're not trying to run the ball. So now you're coming out and say, those guys had 100 yard less. I know you guys are going to try to stop the run. We're not even going to try to run. We're just going to make this thing the main thing this time. And now he's going to have interceptions, and you're going to lose that game. You see, if you can't run the ball, naturally, the chess match is they got one extra guy in there stopping the run. I got one-on-one outside. Now, I commit to the passing game. I come in the game with my main thing, that is the running game. That's what makes you commit the extra man in the box, so I have freedom. When you back him up, we'll start running again. I mean, it's the formula that I drove to quite a few Super Bowls, if you know what I mean. So it should still work.
Well, listen, Mike, I'm not combating you. I'm just going off what I've seen. Like Saquon did get 19 carries. A lot of times Saquon gets these outbreaks. He had 19 carries. He gets these outbreaks for 30 yards, 40 yards, 22 yards, 11 yards. And it seems like it's a lot, and it is a lot of yards he gets. But when you're stopping him 2 yards here, 4 yards here, 3 yards there, and then you sit there and say, okay, cool. I know what the fuck I'm going to do. AJ, they already acting crazy. Devontae back. Let's show me this. Kind of like what you told me with the Chargers earlier this season. When I was like, yo, the nigga not using Justin Herbert the way he using Justin Herbert. You made me realize that. You said, yeah, listen.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly how Philly works right. Exactly. That's the exact same way.
Okay.
That's very good.
Yeah, I'm studious when I need to be studious. I'm a student. I pay attention, Mike. Now, when you ask Mike at YSL, you start, wow, man, here we go. But very studious when you're talking about something, because when it made a lot of sense when we was talking about the Chargers, and you said that, look, Cam, Justin Herbert been in the league about 5 years now. The shit that been going on from his previous coaches haven't been working, and he's supposed to be an elite quarterback. And I said, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. So they're starting the season off. He's injured, Justin Herbert I'm talking about. And they established a running game to where later on you can use the passing game. So I paid attention when you said that, and I kind of equate the situation to that.
Because everybody comes in and stop the run, and that's the base. Everybody's coming in and stop the run. Also, when you see 19 carries, sometimes, like, remember, that last drive was an amazing drive. And they took the ball for 11 minutes. Now, he can get a whole bunch of carries in that because now I didn't use him to carry the game, but I still use him as a finisher. Many times we use him as a finisher. You know, you beat the team. Now you run. Go get 3. I only want you to get 3 yards at a time. All we need is 4 yards. 11 yards first down. No more than that. You need 11 yards first down because you're running that clock. That's when you also have to come back to it. So, no, it was a great job by Philadelphia, and that's what they have to do. None of those guys are wrong. You're going to have to incorporate that passing game. I just want to make sure that you just keep maintaining, and I think you'll be great.
Okay, so now we gotta talk about the Lions. They lost their second game of the season, 48-42 to the Bills. They're 12-2 and still first in their division. Mike, how do you feel about this game in particular being their second loss?
Easy.
Sometimes over the course of the season, you're going to have those games where you say, okay, we came up short. But they should feel bad about coming up short. They were short defensively with a lot of guys injured, and they played a man-child in Josh Allen, who just played an incredible game. But for all the people that they were down manpower-wise and to put up that kind of a game, I thought they should be proud of themselves. I love the fact that Coach stood up and took responsibility, saying it's his job to get those guys more ready. Some of those guys that were coming in, he thought they'd play better, but it's his job. But I just thought you called Josh Allen looking like Superman. I mean, fresh off a visit with Lois Lane, and he was hyped, if you know what I mean, and played real well. And in that kind of situation, with what you had going on in the secondary, you couldn't stop them. I mean, they drove every time. They played the ball a few times in that game. So yeah, I don't take much away from Detroit's loss. I think it was a gut check loss, actually, and a gut check fight. And they stayed in the fight with all of those guys missing.
I agree with a lot of what you said, Mike, right here, but I'm gonna give a different take. When you got Josh Allen, he gets his two throwing touchdowns in the second half or in the first half, and then he get two in the second half. Then you got Jared get 5 touchdowns, which is like a career thing for him. And then he doesn't win with 490 or so yards. That to me is a red flag, because this is a team that need to be able to beat these type of teams. Getting close is not good enough for morale, I don't think, when it comes to the city of Detroit, because I think they're lacking the identity of being a team that can win when it really, really counts. And this was one of those times that it really, really counts. And I think if I was the head coach, I would only be focused on the times that it really, really counts. Because you know, as a championship player, that it's certain games that you mark and you tell a championship team, we have to get this game. And the team has to be able to respond and get that game. And it's not every game. But this was one of those games for me as a person objectively looking at. I'm thinking championship pedigree. I got people in the studio saying that they believe Detroit to win the championship, so the NFL championship, and I'm saying in order to win it, you have to be able to pick games and say, this game we're winning, and this was one of those games for me.
Let me just look at this. Which made up for a beautiful point. When you score 5 TDs in the National Football League, you have to win that football game. And I would give that, and I do give a lot of weight. And I also have to measure that